First, it's not going to be easy. Second, you lose your identity. And third, there is no point of returning. So basically, see what happens is, see, when you do something new, or you, or when you get into a new stage, it could be anything. So it takes time to adjust in that new stage. Now, just go back in time and think about those days when you have changed your school. So it was a completely new experience for you, and you were leaving the previous school, or from school to college when you shifted to. So it's a whole new environment for you. A new different of mindset of people are coming there. And by that time you have also grown up, matured in some ways, if not completely. Or you might have changed a profession, no matter how much of experience you are coming with. But when you change a career, when you jump to a new profession, it's a completely new environment for you. So it takes time for you to adjust in that new stage. And when you get to that stage, each stage brings something new. हर वो एक नया पड़ाव अपने साथ कुछ नया लेके आता है, कुछ ज्यादा लेके आता है और कुछ गहरा लेके आता है. So it brings something new, something more, and something deeper. So similarly, when you disconnect from the world and when you disconnect from the people, so it's a new stage for you in your life. वो एक नई चीज की शुरुआत है. So when you disconnect from the world, when you withdraw yourself from the world, you are entering to a new stage. And it's not gonna be a temporary disconnection. अब ये temporary disconnection नहीं है. It's gonna stay for lifelong. Now it depends. अब क्योंकि जब हम दुनिया से डिस्कनेक्ट हो गए हैं, लोगों से डिस्कनेक्ट हो गए हैं, then obviously it brings some kind of struggle. It brings some kind of struggle now to dwell with the world and its ways. तो अब क्योंकि हम डिस्कनेक्ट हो गए हैं दुनिया से और लोगों से, तो हमारे लिए एक संघर्ष हो जाता है दुनिया के साथ घुलने मिलने का और उसके बनाए हुए तौर तरीकों के साथ चलने का. Because now you were not a part of that world or with that people. You were not playing that game now. So majority of your time was going somewhere else. So what happens is, it's basically, I don't know how to put it in words, but when you disconnect from the people, it becomes a struggle. And also with the world, when you disconnect, it brings struggle. Because first you forget how to communicate with the world. And yes, there is something, like I just have said, that you lose your identity. So something just dies in you, and which cannot be reversed. अब उसको वापस नहीं लाया जा सकता. कुछ तो आपके अंदर वो मर जाता है. So it's basically, from milk you have made ghee, and there is no process in the world that can make ghee or reverse ghee to the milk. So from milk you have become a ghee after the churning process and after the heating process. And now there is no process that can, from ghee, that can make you back to the milk. So sometimes in your journey you go through an irreversible changes. So similarly, similar experiences had happened with me when back in 2020 or 2021, when I took a decision that I do not want to continue the way I am living, the way I'm operating in this world. So I took a pause. I thought it would be just for a couple of weeks or for a month, but it went on. तो मैंने शुरुआत की. I made up that decision, and like just I have said that there is no returning. So I just got disconnected from the world and from the people also. Now, like I just have said, it's something profound. It's not something that you are living with reference of books or by what other people are saying, the trajectory changes entirely, and you do not remain the same old person that you were once. सो आई स्टॉप डूइंग एवरीथिंग दैट आई यूज टू डू. मैं हर वो चीज़ मैंने रोक दी थी जो मैं कर रहा था, वेदर इट्स अबाउट द प्रोफेशन, वेदर इट्स अबाउट माई हॉबीज, वेदर इट्स अबाउट एनीथिंग दैट आई यूज टू डू बैक ड्यूरिंग दोज डेज, और एनीथिंग दैट एक्साइट्स मी, फैसिनेट्स मी. आई टुक अ पॉज राइट फ्रॉम देयर. एंड शायद वही एक समय होता है टू वॉट वी कॉल एज डिटैचमेंट, या जिसको हम कहते हैं वैराग्य. शब्द अपने आप में इतना भारी है, और लेकिन इसको हमने इतना भी अभी सेंसिटिव नहीं लेना है, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली व्हाट्स एवर हैपन्स इन योर लाइफ देयर इज अ रीजन, एंड इट टीचेस यू ओनली इफ यू आर अवेयर इनफ, ओनली इफ यू आर operating with an open eyes now, unlike the previous old you who were just living the day and just spending his or her life unknowingly that someday somewhere with someone you will reach somewhere. That's not the thing. So with the detachment what happens, something just dies in you. आपके अंदर का वो charm, आपके अंदर का वो fire, आपके अंदर की वो एक spark, it just changes the direction. Though it's there, but it changes the direction. So another way to put it in is that you slow down. Now when you slow down, I do not mean that you become lazy, you become lethargic, or you become sluggish. Rather you become very very effective. But you slow down means now you are no longer rushing into things. अब वो छटपटाहट जल्दीबाजी वो नहीं. You slow down, you have your own space, you have your own room to operate, you have your own choices whether to do it or not, irrespective to what people will say or what your loved one will say. You have your own, what I should say, the own trajectory, that where you are taking your life to, unknowingly or knowingly, it's totally on you. So similar experiences when comes in our life, we definitely struggle to operate in the mass media, to operate in this massive world where opportunities, even if it's about career, even if it's about the opportunities, it will also come through people, because we are operating in that world. यहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं कि हमने मंत्र पढ़े और कुछ हो गया. It's a different plane, but when we are operating in this massive world, even if it's about the opportunities, the career, they also come through people. But with time what we realize is that it's not compulsory, there is not any compulsion on you that you have to follow certain things. But how will you question them? How will you make out them that okay, this is something that I really should get into, and this is the right time that you should take up that charge? It will only happen when you make a conscious decision that something I am missing. There is something that I am leaving behind in this rush. इस भाग दौड़ में मैं कुछ तो खो रहा हूँ या खो रही हूँ. Though deep down you have that voice who constantly guides you that please hold on, रुक जाओ, ठहर जाओ थोड़ा सा, don't rush. What's yours is yours, will be yours, and will come to you. We all have heard all these kind of statements, but we hardly operate on these things. So similarly, when I took that leap and when I took that decision, I made up my mind that there is something that I need to work on. Now there are so many things that had happened during those years, and it's hard to put in words. Like I just have mentioned that there are certain things in your life, there are certain journeys which happens like an irreversible changes. You cannot reverse the process. So it is just like you had been through something which cannot be reversed, like from the milk and ghee and everything all. So there are certain things I might not be able to put it in words, but you have to take the path of realization, I would say. No, I'm not talking about the enlightenment, I'm not talking about the mystical powers, I'm not talking about what is life after death. Those are different subjects, those are different thing in itself, and no need to dwell into those things at a very early stage, or even the mind will trigger you to go and get out something, have it, taste it, have a look on it. Kya hai? Because mysteries people love, but they end up miserably. So the very first thing is that you need to first take that decision, to make that decision that you should live a life that is full of realization and not of memorization. So when we were in school or when we were in college, we used to memorize the things, and based on that we got the opportunities, or based on that we have got settled in our career, in any job profession. But in that run, वी हैव मेड अ ह्यूज एम्पायर इन आवर लाइफ. हमने हर चीज़ों को इकट्ठा किया, एक्यूमुलेट किया, फिर उनसे कुछ बनाया, कुछ चीज़ें खरीदी, कुछ अपने इंटरेस्ट फुलफिल करे, अपनी विशेस फुलफिल करी. बट देर इज़ नो एंड. इन चीज़ों का कोई अंत तो नहीं है ना. एंड if in during this journey, if you can add just one thing, that is the path of realization. By realization, I do not mean the path of enlightenment. It is a byproduct, okay, of different things. If it really puts me in that thing, that I should talk on that also in the future videos. I'm not promising you about that subject. It's a different thing. But for a novice person, you should take a path of realization also. That means at any given point in time, you should sit by yourself. You should accept the boredom. In the initial years, like if I tell you about the last 4 or 5 years, if I tell you, then it was the very beginning of me. And it was that time when I got to know that what human beings can do is amazing, but what they do is usually disappointing. हम इंसान जो कर सकते हैं उसका क्या ही कहना, पर हम जो कर देते हैं ना, it disappoints us. So it is that time when I was sitting with my friend in a cafe, and I saw that as soon people ordered their meal or anything that they wanted to have, within a fraction of a second, they jumped onto their mobile phones. And then they got busy over there. So the very first thing is that the urge, I repeat, the urge to take out that mobile phone from your pocket will reduce. Or I would say, you will not feel a need of taking out that mobile phone. The very first thing is, you would rather love to simply be in that ambience, be in that vibe, enjoy that moment right over there as it is. Yes, unless and until there is an important call, you will definitely put out the phone and attend it, or anything that is urgent. But unnecessarily, you will not take it out or just get busy in scrolling and doing whatsoever those things. And with the same attitude, I've also not deactivated, rather deleted my Instagram account back during those years. Till date, I'm not using Instagram account. If in future I have to use, then it will be only solely for the purpose of spreading what I have learned and all that. Still, I do not have any intent for that also. But, and there is something that is coming to my mind, though I haven't read much about this, but there's a saying of Kabir that in a search of God, when I was searching for a God, I lost myself. So मैं भगवान को ढूंढने निकला था और मैंने खुद को ही खो दिया. And now, to many of you, this may sound something unrealistic, something very boring, because it doesn't carries that hip hop beats, it doesn't carry those colors. Rather, it carries the truth. If you are someone who is a truth seeker, then definitely you are already on a path, I would say. You're already in the search of truth. And definitely someday, one day, you will find it. The rest of the people who are new or who have started their journey, it's good. And there is no end. It's a lifelong journey. There is no end. The more and more you observe, the more and more you accept the boredom, there are many petals in you that will start to unfold. Now, yes, there will be times in your life and you will face the rough days, the challenging days, where everything will seem too dark, but you will have courage and strength to face them. So, if right from here, अब आगे की बात करें, so I do not have any agenda that in my next video I will tell you this and I will speak on this and subject. No, the purpose of making this video is only to convey my message to all those people and all those serious seekers who are struggling in their journey right now, who are feeling stuck, who are feeling uninspired, no matter at what point of life they are at. Just always remember that whenever you get to a new stage, be it in life, be it in your career, be it in your profession, or in your married life also, each new stage brings something new and it takes time to adjust. If you're not able to adjust at a very early stage, just don't get disheartened. A time will come when you will get familiar to it.